All right, welcome back to the channel. Uh, those of you may know, I had a New Edge project car, but I ended up selling it because of I just got tired of it, and yeah, pretty much. I just got tired of just overall just dealing with little issues. I mean, I had the motor, I had the transmission, I had everything to go in. I just got to a point where I was just tired of, you know, tired of just waiting around trying to get the motivation to do it myself. And I just overall lost all motivation to work on it, so I sold it. So I no longer have the New Edge. I sold that and I sold everything involved with it, parts wise. A guy bought the roller, another guy bought the engine and everything else. And so, yeah, I don't have a project car. Well, tech, technically, I temporarily didn't have a project car. And yes, I still have the S550. My buddy has it. That have his sub. So, which brings me to my next point. Um, so I have a buddy of mine's. He has a Saab 97X, and he was talking to me about the platform, and you know, just stuff in general about it. Know what the platform could do, and all that. And he talked to me about possibly getting the one or some on the GMT 360 platform, which is the Trailblazer, the Envoy, the Buick Rainier, Oldsmobile Bravada, um, the Isuzu Ascender, and the Saab 97X. So at first I was like, well, I don't really need it. I wasn't really thinking about that. I wanted, something else. But then I got to thinking, I was like, well, he told me that a Saab 97X or a Trailblazer with either the 4.2 or the 5.3, I can't really think about it right now, or can't remember what he said right now, but he said that either one with a 6080 swap, just that, ran 12s, which that's not bad, just for one mod. Even though my Mustang, like when I first ran it, it ran at 12.7. So for something, like a little SUV, all-wheel drive SUV with one mod to run almost what my Mustang ran when I first ran it. So I got to thinking, I got to looking, and I was researching, and pretty much came up to the conclusion that I was like, oh, I give it a try. You know, different platform, everything, like just something different for me. I'm used to Mustangs. I mean, I had a 3 valve. A guy in the exit with that towed that out. Now I have my S550. I had a Fox body. I was gonna put said 4 valve in, and then just kind of gave up on that project and sold that for a New Edge. I was gonna put the 4 valve in that. I had the 4 valve in that. I had a Mark 8 4 valve in that, and I had it turned over. Just couldn't figure out why it went fire. So, and then I doing some marketplace runs and some other stuff, some trade-ins. I got a 98 Cobra 4 valve complete. The only thing I needed was a spun rod bearing, but I got that for absolutely free. I traded my buddy wanted my test kit block from my old Mark 8 motor, and I traded him that. He traded me a ported Eaton supercharger from a Terminator Cobra. And I found somebody who was selling the Cobra motor. And I was like, well, I'll trade this blower for it. He's like, yeah. So long story short, I had everything set up to go in the car. I just need to get the harness, like put a couple harnesses in and modify the GT harness I was using. But I just got tired of it. I was like, well, at the end of the day, it's, if all the money I put into it, which is about almost 5 figures, it's still gonna be a V6 at the end of the day. So realistically, if something happened to it, the only thing I'm really gonna get is like a Mountain Dew and some Doritos and like $500. But yeah, I'm not gonna get much for it with how much I put into it. So I got to thinking, did some research on the platform, and I came to the conclusion that I'll give it a try. I'll give it a shot. It's something brand new, which is something I need to learn. I'm kind of new to cars, sort of, in terms of working on them. So I decided I'm gonna give it a try. But if I did get one, it was gonna be a Saab 97X, because in my opinion, they look the best out of all the GMT 360 platform cars. The Trailblazer, in my opinion, just looks pieced together. It doesn't look good, in my opinion. The SS's, however, yes, they look good, but the regular Trailblazers, they don't look good. Envoys is iffy. Yeah. Other than that, I just wanted a Saab 97X. That was my go-to. If I was to get something on the platform, it would be a Saab 97X. So I started looking. And first place I always look, Marketplace, because you get, a deal on some stuff. And I found a 97X, a couple of 97Xs. I found one with a 4.2 for like $1,400. I found one with a 5.3 that had issues for, it had some issues. I found another one with a 5.3 for like $3,000. And then I found an Arrow for $6,000, but the frame was rotted. And, after going back and forth and was waiting, I had found a Trailblazer, the extended wheelbase one with a 5.3 for $1,600. I was gonna buy that, but the guy was like, well, the motor's new, but something's wrong with the transmission. So I got it. I got there, looked at it. He jumped it off. It somehow managed to get into lit mode. It somehow was in lit mode when I, moved it. So it didn't really move anywhere. And so then turned around, got back to his house, cleared the code, restarted it, and it was fine. So then we go out the road, we drive it, and turns out there was no third or overdrive. And the guy wanted $1,600 for a Trailblazer extended wheelbase with a 5.3 in it. And that was also another thing I wanted. If I was to get a GMT 360 platform, nothing against the 4.2, but I prefer the 5.3. If I'm gonna get something, I'd rather have something with a V8 done against inline motors. I'm just used to V8s. So, other than that, yeah. And I ended up finding a replacement for my New Edge, aka Code Red, for those who didn't know. So, after some messaging and, pictures and descriptions and, waiting around, I ended up finding something that's going to be the new project. Introducing my 2009 Saab 97X with the 5.3 in it. So, as you can see, It's yeah, it's clean. Well, what it's cleaner than what it is than when I first got it. You know, like I said, it's cleaner than what it is than how I first got it. It's not bad. Yeah. Interior, interior is pretty much clean. Don't mind the mess. I was working on it earlier. Um, I literally just got done working on it and I drove it around. So yeah, I now have a Saab 97X, and it also has the 5.3 liter, which is exactly what I wanted. So about this is Project Loki, which Loki, if you don't know, Loki is I thought it was Swedish, but it's the Norse god of trickery, which, I mean, it will confuse people. People don't really know much about Saab. The ones that know, but then the ones that don't, they're going to be confused as to why, when this is built and this is the way I want it, why they're losing to a SUV, especially a Saab SUV. So that's pretty much it. I like it because you got some people that know about Saab and some people that don't know about Saab. And also another cool thing that I like, that the center ignition switch. I like that center. It's kind of cool. Like it's a cool little Saab touch. But yeah, this is my Saab 97X. So originally,